Hey, this is Cameron. Welcome back to the Busy Gardener channel. In the last video, we did a harvest of all 10 ripe citrus in our orchard of the 13 or 14 or so cultivars that we've got. In this video, we're going to cut them open. You're going to see the inside of it. You're going to hear what they taste like. And if you stay tuned to the end, you're going to see me cut open the Grand Poobah, the cocktail grapefruit hybrid. Let's get busy. And now I'd like to do a taste test. We're going to cut into each of these and we're going to look at what the look looks like, what the flavor tastes like, and maybe give you some ideas of things that you're going to try in your own orchard. You know, it's so funny. I threw these in here, and the Karakara and the Washington Navel look really similar. They're both navel oranges, so it's hard to tell them apart. But we should know immediately once we cut into it. So let's first cut into what I think is a Washington Navel. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, Washington Navel, gorgeous. I'm gonna try a slice of this. This is the standard navel orange, and when it's left to ripen on a tree is so good. Sweet, flavorful, pleasing. This is a wonderful, if you're gonna plant one orange, I think that this is definitely one to consider, Washington Navel. Let's see if this is actually Karakara or not. And it'll be really obvious once we do it, if it is. Oh yeah. This Karakara orange, do you see how pink that is? Again, that's that lycopene in there that changes that kind of the composition of the color. And so I'm gonna cut off a slice of this and see. Wow, look how red and pink that is. Very sweet. This probably could have stood to have another week on the tree. I think we're going to find that with some of these. Some of the later may taste a little funny. Not funny. They're not going to have all of the flavor developed in the way that it would if it was on the tree for longer. Okay, this is, I think, a Tarraco blood orange. And so when I cut into this, I'm going to cut it this way, along kind of its hemisphere. Oh, and this isn't quite ready. Something that happens is the outer ring ends up being this gorgeous red, and it kind of turns, almost looks like a starburst or something, where it starts out with one color and gradually fades to the other. Those colors aren't quite developed, but it might taste good. Let's cut off a little wedge here. A different flavor than those two, the Washington Navel and the Karakara. But actually, the flavor is really good. If I got this packed in my lunch, I'd be really happy with it. Now let's cut open this Mineola Tangelo. Okay, so this one is going to be really interesting to see if it's really tart or if it's developed that sugar, that sweetness. It's kind of really pretty to look through the sun at this stuff. Really gorgeous colors. That is so juicy. If I wasn't outside, it'd be a good idea to eat this over a sink because it just is so really tasty. But yeah, definitely tart. Has much more of that mandarin flavor. Grab this Satsuma mandarin. I know I've been cutting into the rest of them, but I think these mandarins, if they're ripe like this, it's so easy to peel. If you're considering a mandarin, I think Satsuma is definitely a way to go. It's easy to peel, very few seeds, if any. The sugars are there. There's some of that acid balance, but very sweet because it's been on the tree and totally ripe. I'm putting all these in a bowl to take in for my kiddos. We'll cut them all up and they'll go to town on it. Okay, I believe that this is a gold nugget mandarin. I think that this needs a couple months on the tree, honestly, if I were going to choose. I'm choosing the one that looks more red, that has really no evidence of green. I think I'm going to taste this one and just see how it does. Ooh, the color actually looks good. Once the color kind of deepens, it's not pale yellow, it's a golden color. That's actually not bad. Honestly, that's not bad already. And that thing isn't really supposed to be ripe for another couple months. Okay, here's a honey mandarin. Hey, look at these little guys. Compared to, like, you know, the Satsumas. The Satsumos. So nerdy. All right, let's cut open this honey and see what we're looking at here. Now, honey is a little bit more seedy, but look how tiny this is. I didn't think it was going to be ripe at all, aside from it having seeds, but this is so sweet. Yeah, I love these. I love these types that we got over here. I'm going to show you how a lemon and a lime, even though a lime has turned yellow, you're going to see what the inside looks like. Again, you won't find them in the store like this because they want you to go, oh, that's a lime because it's green. Whereas this just looks almost like an unripe lemon when it starts yellowing. I mean, a lemon is such an obvious flavor. Everybody's tasted a lemon before, but the nice thing about a lemon or a lime is that even though there's some flavor that can develop, you're going for the tartness, and so picking it early, you have a much wider window in which you're able to pick it. If we needed a lemon for something, we could just grab it and go cook with it. Okay, Eureka lemon, nice and tart. It's nice to have my taste back. Some of you may have seen that I had COVID, and I lost really like the whole part of my tart, part of my the sour. I couldn't taste sour because of the taste loss that I experienced, and this week it came back. So I'm overjoyed that I could taste that lemon. Okay, here comes this lime. Now this is going to be really interesting when we cut open this lime and you see that the inside compared to the lemon is totally green. And so this, especially back to back, should show a totally different flavor profile than the lemon. That's a lime. I don't think my kids are going to be sucking on the lemons, but we'll take them inside anyway. All right, now for the grand Poobah. This cocktail grapefruit hybrid, or is it grapefruit cocktail hybrid? I always get that mixed up, but this is really cool. All right, let's cut this thing. And Amit already dumped a ton of juice on here. Oh yeah. See how deep those colors are there? It's not pale, it's nice and golden. Good indicator that that part is going to be ripe. Can you see the juice just jumping out of there? So this is a very seedy fruit, so if you eat one, oh, look at it, just drip. It just drips everywhere. Look at this, tons and tons. Okay, what a unique flavor this is. Sweet, but has that grapefruit kind of like that little, the flavor without all the bitterness. This is really wonderful. If you're in a climate or if you know somebody who's growing this, try this out. Okay, well that does it. In this video, we looked at these 10 different cultivars that we're growing in our Southern California orchard. If you're in an area that's able to grow citrus, maybe this has inspired you to either do like a multi-planting or to try a couple of other varieties, or having seen what these, like the blood orange looks like and stuff. And if you're in a climate that doesn't do that, but you're able to, you know, have a high quality store like Sprouts or something like that that has good produce, maybe even like Whole Foods. I know it's kind of like whole paycheck, they call it. But this may give you some things to spot while you're there. And if you notice that there are 5 different kinds of mandarins, try all 5. Get 2 of each and see if there's one that really jumps out to you. Try something new. We love doing that. Well, anyway, thanks for tuning into this episode of The Busy Gardener. Yeah, whether you've got one type of citrus to grow in your yard or 500, until next time, stay busy.